Hey, all gravity. Any day above ground living. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Friday and your weekend. And it's a long weekend because it's Labor Day. The Caribbeans are outside. No, I tell a lie. They're probably working their fifth job. They don't stop working till about 4 o'clock on Friday. And then you're gonna see Caribbean laziness. This is Caribbean laziness weekend. I ain't gonna hold you. But it's gonna be fun. If you're in New York City, you know you got the parade. I say I should see an abundance of Black American flags. I should see it, but I know you guys ain't gonna infringe. I just feel like I might see a bunch of African flags out there, and then it really gonna be funny. But you know, we'll see about that Tuesday. But if you didn't see the title or the thumbnail, I mean, I understand. It's cool. This was an impromptu live. It's something that I saw yesterday. I was gonna go really late with a live last night, but I was like, I was tired. Laura Ingraham. I really haven't talked about this degenerate. We've mentioned her in passing on this channel, but we haven't really done a good live about her. Fox News, we know what it is. It's a right-leaning channel, and they hire hosts based on supposedly being either Republican or conservative. They've even had Donna Brazile, her mammy ass, and she a whole Democrat after she got fired from CNN. But by and large, they lean towards Republican / conservative, even far right. We gotta holler. Now, the past week, she's had on Sonny Johnson. I believe she had her on Monday, and she had her back on last night. Now, I didn't watch the full segment. I saw the Monday full segment. I didn't see this one last night. But there was two particular parts that I want to tell y'all about. Laura Ingraham this week, and ironically it's the last week of August, full week in August, to show how much of a blonde she is and how she knows nothing. Miss Shut Up and Dribble. She needs to shut up and research. And if Brother Torian shows up, he can attest to this because we were both on the thread where she was getting cooked. And it was her own thread. She brought on Sonny Johnson, who I've mentioned on this program before, and I've even played stuff from her show on series. She's a conservative woman who happens to be black, and she advocates for black people, you know, to build up their own stations. And yes, and she wants them to go over to the real conservative side. Fine. I mean, that's your choice. I'm not advocating for that or telling you not to do it. Research it. If it's for you, cool. If not, I'm cool with it. Laura Ingraham decided to bring her back on last night. Laura Ingraham decided to bring up DEI and black people. Now, first off, I thought DEI was dead according to her president. I thought it was dead, but I don't know why we're still bringing it up. But okay, she brought it up. So Sonny retorted to her and said, well, that's good because DEI comes from the Democrats. So we should have black capitalists and conservatives go into the black community and help build it back up. Okay. Laura Ingraham then proceeded to try to tell her in coded language, and thankfully Sonny picked it up, that black people are trying to play victim. Okay, Laura Ingraham, let me holler at you. Off rip, the fact that you dated Dinesh D'Souza should invalidate you from saying anything about black people. I'm just saying. You dated a soon-to-be felon. Because he wasn't a felon at that point. The fact you brought up DEI with black people, knowing that you're a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman, reeks of, I could say impotence, nah. It reeks of embarrassment. Ma'am, the only reason why you're still on Fox News is because you're a white woman. We're going to say it. You are DEI. And I told y'all, the right wing does not like women. Because that thread where she put up that video, now Torian and I got in on the infancy. They were cooking her badly. I even put in there, ma'am, white women are the biggest beneficiaries of DEI, which includes you. I guess Laura forgot how Harris Faulkner, about 2-3 weeks ago, got cooked by that Democrat shill over the crime rates. And she ain't had nothing to say. Notice how they haven't said anything about Harris Faulkner since. They don't pull none of her clips, none of that. They probably told her to stop talking. Tomi Lahren embarrassed herself last week trying to respond to the Gavin Newsom page. But Laura Ingraham, ma'am, who is your team? That's my first question. Whoever is your team, you need to fire everybody because they're making you look like a slack fool outside. They made you up in that chair. They put you there. They put the lavalier mic on you. You trying to sit like you sat on the chair, and then they shoved the metal pole up your ass, and you just, I don't know, maybe it touched your brain, but you don't think. I get it. You want to go back to the White House. I get it. Trump don't like you. This, fam, I encourage y'all to go find that clip. It was bad. And go find the one on Monday. You have a black woman trying to tell you how the black community operates, and all you can think about is stereotypes. That's crazy. But then y'all be the first ones to start playing clips when we're talking amongst each other, talking about the ills of the white community and talking about how we was racist. They brought up the shooting yesterday, and Laura tried it. You gonna blame everything else except what the problem is. There is an abundance of white crime that is not being addressed. This is insane. Y'all want them to be trans so bad. They're talking about now they want a red flag trans people. Bruh. White America, I need y'all to go figure out your lives. Seriously. This is terrible. They really wanted that shooter to be black. That's what it was. They blaming the mama now. They talking about the mama ain't talking to the police. They want her to be arrested. They don't stand with their own. That's sad. Damn, who y'all blocked? Miss Niecy put Mikey Masters back. He ain't say nothing wrong. Greg Gutfeld is a DEI hire. We're gonna put you back, Mikey. That was a mistake. Put him back, Miss Niecy. Greg Gutfeld is DEI. Jesse Waters is DEI. Every time they bring on Tom Holman, the DEI factor goes up. Laura Ingraham was sitting there the other night cheering that Trump was going to Chicago. But guess what? None of them fools on September 2nd, you will find them doing a Ramon in Chicago. You won't see it. They're going to be in their nice studio in D.C. or New York talking about Chicago. You think it's that bad? Put on the tactical vest and the helmet and go out there and go see them. Go see how really real it is, but you won't do it. That's what I said yesterday on the live that pissed on them white people off. Y'all will sit up there and claim all this black crime, but y'all won't go look at the U.S. News and World Report and go say, hey, President Trump, we need help over here. Let me help y'all since y'all didn't think yesterday. And I figured y'all weren't going to think. And people like Laura Ingraham, they don't think about this. You eliminate the black crime, guess what? There's still going to be crime in this country. Then who are you going to blame? I'm going to say that again. Y'all want to eliminate black crime? Cool. When black crime is eliminated, who are you going to blame then? That's why I said they only praise their killers. Everybody else demonizes their killers. Them folk love their killers. That person murdered an 8-year-old. They giving that motherfucker so much life. That's great. Sure, Jason, I'm crazy. Yeah, you didn't refute nothing I just said. Thank you so much. Show me how smart you are. Refute what I just said. Y'all love y'all killers. I'll say it again. Y'all wanted that school shooter to be black so bad. It didn't happen. It pivoted to, they tried to transition into a female. They wanted to be identified as a female. That's mental health. Y'all can't even keep your lies straight. But I get it. Y'all have an epidemic of white on white crime and you won't address it. That's why it's taking you long to say something. But anyway, how y'all doing, black fans? I always forget to ask that. We've seen Laura Ingraham say some of the most dishonest things in history of cable TV. And somehow she keeps getting the job because Tommy Lehrer was supposed to replace her. But when she said what she said about men, it pushed her timeline back about 7 years. So I have a new gig, it's fun. They're sending me somewhere else on Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes. Come on, Jason. Since I'm crazy, you could defeat a crazy person, but we know y'all scared of crazy people. I watched Laura Ingraham in that clip get scared of, the second clip. I saw her get scared of trans people. I'd never seen that. Why y'all scared of trans people? They just want to live. You got Matt Walsh out there, actually. He was low-key hating on him, but also defending him. That's crazy. This is what we try to tell you over here in New Black Media about the grift. When presented with something that they know is only has one way of being right, and they can't reconcile it because it's going to interrupt the grift, so they'll lie about it. This is another example of that. Because this was their opportunity yet again to say we need to address our white crime. No. They're going to blame everything else except the skin color. But Ethan Crumbley did what he did. He tried to blame the black people that beat his ass. They were comparing, this situation happened, they tried to compare it to the other trans shooter in Tennessee. I even saw somebody try to put up a post blaming trans people for mass shootings, and then somebody was like, okay, let's play that game, and started listing off all these mass shootings committed by white people, and it eclipsed what that person put in their thread. Come on, folk, y'all love talking about black crime so much. Talk about your white crime. We want to join in on that conversation. Since y'all say y'all are the most inclusive people in the country, let's rapid taste. Explain to us how every time y'all move to big cities, the crime rate just skyrockets. Let's talk. I might even do a live about that. Why when white conservatives and white liberals move to big and middle-sized cities, crime rate goes up. Let's rap. And notice, them folk don't even like Laura Ingraham. They're not even in here defending her. Look at that. Since I did an impromptu live, maybe YouTube said, damn, we ain't got enough time to send the bots over and the troll. Should have just brought my other phone so you could listen to it. It was crazy. Laura Ingraham just proved to us last night that she does not like black progress. She ain't got nothing to say about LeBron because LeBron been out in the news. He just been chilling, getting ready for the new season. She ain't got nothing to say on that. I'm curious if she's going to bring up what happened at the U.S. Open yesterday. I'm curious. Maybe I'll check tonight. But she better be careful because a lot of them white commentators and even people that happen to be white that are just regular folk just tweeting, even they couldn't defend what old girl said. And black Americans, I need y'all to give yourselves another hand clap because you know back in the day, even if they were foreign, they would have defended that chick. They didn't defend her. Oh shit, Lisa Cabrera, the queen. Shalom. Oh yes, Miss. Yes, Lisa. They talking about we gonna go to Chicago. Y'all need to go to. Y'all need to go. Y'all need to go to Chattanooga. That's where you need to go. Stop worrying about Memphis. Lisa, remember this, right? Let me see if you remember this. You know how they say that all in quote-unquote black cities, they have all the crime, right? Okay. Tell me why from the end of 2023 to the beginning of 2024, Nashville had not one, but two major Fed crimes. And one of them was with Lauren Chen and her husband. Now I know somebody gonna come in here and tell me well, check this out. That didn't hurt nobody. It didn't hurt nobody. Okay. They're gonna. I'm telling you, family, you watch in a couple months, they're gonna start defending victimless crimes. Thank you, Wallow J. They love talking about Jackson, Mississippi, and we go outside of Jackson, and white people are out there committing all the crimes. But I'm going to ask it again, and we will do another live on this. Why is it when you white transplants go to these middle and big cities that crime rate skyrockets? I need that explained. Why is it y'all so worried about St. Louis, but y'all won't go yell at Josh Hawley? That's his state. That broad Carolyn brought up talking about Chicago for 14 years had the most murders in the country. I'm like, first off, you could go. I tell you this, they just be lying. Oh man, because I looked at those stats, and one of them was actually St. Louis, another one was Memphis. But yeah, let's go to Chicago. All right, Chicago, the same city y'all be scared to go walk through, the tourist area. Oh my God. But you know, family, you know what it is. They're cowards. We're just gonna call it what it is. They're cowards. Laura Ingraham is a coward. Jesse Waters is a coward. That's why they don't like Jessica Tarloff. She actually tells them about themselves. Even though she a coward too. They don't like it. She's off code. Tell Laura Ingraham to get off Fox News where it's safe and go out there and debate. And you know she won't do it. She'll get cooked. Megyn Kelly's scared to have on real people for a discussion. She'd get cooked. And these fools are sitting there following these people around, saying how base they are. All right. Laura Ingraham trying to do the Megyn Kelly grift, talking about Beyonce. I'm like, man, the woman could buy your whole life. If you really want to talk about black crime so much, here's an idea. Why don't you bring on a black cop? You want to talk about black crime so much, bring out the individual city statistics. They're online. Bring them out. Let's have a real conversation. But they won't do it. And they're going to have to explain why the white crime is so high. They're going to have a real conversation about stop and frisk that they don't want to have. Why don't you tell Laura to pull up those NYPD lawsuit numbers for the last decade and see how much money they pulled out for wrongful arrests? But we know they won't do it because that would be integrity. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to work. I will see y'all tomorrow morning when we go after Black MAGA preacher. Because the fact he crying about losing his job, we're going to dispel a lot of things with that. But we will see you there. We're also going to be live Sunday with Amanda Seals thing. And yeah, we're going to have fun. We got videos coming next week. I'm going to sit down and this weekend, since it's a long weekend, get those cranked out and scheduled up so we'll have content. Anyway, y'all take care. Stay safe. Laura Ingraham is DEI. And you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess